Hey everyone, it's Andrew here, and I am 2 days late for my video. I'm on spring break, and I've at my sister's place at DC, and I've just been doing a lot of in and out traveling and catching up with friends in DC, and spending a lot of time with family and people up here. Um, my hair is messy, so. Um, It's like I woke up, took a shower, like fro look, um, and I'm just chilling in the living room. So this week's topic is, what does transitioning mean to us? Um, Transitioning means a lot to me. It's not something that thought that I envisioned that I would be doing as a little kid. I didn't, as a kid, be like, oh, I'll be transitioning, and um, but as a kid, I couldn't envision my future because I felt very out of place, and I couldn't imagine what I would look like or sound like, or if I would be called Mr. Miss, or if I'd be a father or a mother. So transitioning makes a lot of sense now that I've figured out my identity, and so it makes so much sense now, because now I know that now I can see how I will look like, how I'll sound like in a way, and who I will be, like a much clearer picture. Um, it means a lot because there's a lot of parts of transitioning. There's a social part, there's a medical part if you want to transition from F to M or M to F, and a spiritual and self transitioning. And there's so many parts of transitioning, and it's a lot of phases. And for me, as as a bunch of other people have said in the past, is becoming the person who I really want to be and who I see myself being. Um, and it's being more comfortable in my body, for sure. Because I've had dysphoria all of my life. I've questioned my body parts as a child, and I always looked to male body parts, thinking why I didn't have that, and so I had a lot of this. I have a lot of dysphoria with my breast and my bottom genitalia, and I was so pissed at when I got my when I started menstruating. And so transitioning is something I know it shouldn't be like something I should depend on to solve all these problems, but it makes so much more sense, and it the hormones and the surgery is going to make a lot of sense going through this. Um, and also, a big part of it is being able to express myself, not just a comfort level, but um, being able to convey my feelings and my emotions and thoughts to other people, uh, from a human being to another human being. So a lot of it is, I know that after my voice drops and to a satisfactory level, I want to try out for my school's a cappella groups, because I love singing and I love playing the guitar, and music is like something that I'm really into, and I know that I really, really, really can't wait till the day that I can just comfortably sing a song, post it on YouTube even, or sing it to someone that I love, and not be like, yeah, that's me, that's my voice, that's who I am, and that's my full potential, and this is how I feel. Um, and also being able to talk to people, um, because how I view myself isn't the same thing as how other people view me, um, from the outside. And I know that I want to have. Um, I'm looking forward to my low voice. It's also being able to pass. Um, I know it's sad that a lot of my transition is because I want to have a low voice and be perceived as who I really am. But it's also the sad part of the gender binary society where to be discerned as to be passing as a man, you need a low voice and sometimes even being able to be respected. Um, and then if you have a higher voice, or people gender you as more feminine or female, and people tend to listen to you less, which is stupid. But I just feel like when my voice gets lower, people will actually listen to me because I can tell a lot of times that people don't listen to me or don't take my opinion as heavily because of the fact that this is how I look. I have pale skin, and it shouldn't be the case. Or I have a higher voice, and it shouldn't be the case. And so I know that that's something that will change when I transition, and I'm gonna definitely see that difference. Um, Also, the ability to travel. I think that I know one part of this year was that I declined and I decided not to study abroad for the summer in China because I knew that there would be a lot of danger, and I wasn't comfortable going to another country's legal system because I knew I would not be protected the same as, not even like, U.S. is awesome at protecting trans people, but I knew that I would be very uncomfortable going to a different country because I knew I wouldn't be as protected as a trans person. And also being able to swim. That's something that I'm definitely looking forward to because I love swimming. I gave it up as a very young child, and I really, really, really want to swim, be able to take off my shirt and just jumping into the pool. And it's also just not becoming a man that I'm transitioning, but becoming a human, and the ability for people to understand me, because it's really hard for me to convey my feelings, or how angry I am, or how sad I am, or how excited I am through a certain voice or how I look like. And transitioning for me it's right now I see it as scary, exciting, um, and I feel like everyone's watching me. Um, but at the same time, it means that, and for me, it means that I get to connect with people more and find out who really supports me in the end. And sometimes, people who never support you come up and support you. So that's also another thing. Like the people who support you will show, like their support will show, and the people who never support you will also show. So it could be good and bad. It's hard to discern too. And also, for me, it's a lot of self-reflecting time. I'll usually spend a lot of time in my room, having a lot of me time, um, listening to music, not going out as much because I know what my comfort level and which friends I'm more comfortable hanging out with, etc. And it's also a time to really connect with my family more. I know that before I transitioned, or I was afraid to come out when I realized I was trans, and I think that this is a huge and very important time for me and my mom because I grew apart from her last year, and it was a very tough time. And so ever since I've been coming out, I think that we're slowly but surely, um, developing our relationship, and I hope that this is something that can grow into something really, really beautiful. I hope that one day I can just hug my mom and tell her anything I want about my life, like who I like, or like what I want to be, or just tell her about how I feel that day, and call her up, and her not being afraid to acknowledge me as her son and her child, and um, being that grandparent for if when I have children. So, and I feel the same way about my dad, but obviously it's a slower process for him. So that's a very long video, but this is all that I had in mind for what transitioning means to me, which means a lot. So I just started my medical transition on hormones, and I hope to start my top surgery and get it by next winter break. So that's it, and busy time, a lot of stuff, and I'm on spring break. So check out my personal channel. It's Andrew ROYD um, on YouTube. I have a video up, and I should be updating every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks now. So thanks, and have a great week.